Have you ever cut your hair short only to look older instead of younger? Or maybe your medium cut lost all its shape and now drags your face down. Today, I'll show you the short and medium cuts that instantly lift, soften, and make your features look fresher the moment you style them. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which shapes, layers, and lengths knock years off your look and which ones secretly age you. Let's jump straight into the cuts that make the biggest difference. Short hair can be incredibly youthful when the shape softens your features instead of sharpening them. Many women over 50 notice this shift as the face naturally changes with time. The sharper, more rigid cuts that once looked chic in our 30s or 40s can start to highlight areas we would rather keep softened. A modern soft-edged pixie becomes a beautiful solution because it gives structure without the harsh lines. The slightly longer top layers move easily and fall right around the cheekbones, which creates a gentle lifting effect. That little bit of lift brings attention toward the eyes and upper face, giving you a fresher, brighter look without feeling styled or stiff. The movement in the top layers also breaks up any heaviness and helps the hair look more awake, even on days when you do not feel like putting in much effort. A soft and wispy perimeter adds even more youthfulness. Instead of a solid, blunt edge that can drag the face downward, the wispy outline keeps the shape airy. It blends beautifully with natural texture, and especially with grey and silver hair, since the softer ends allow light to reflect more evenly. This gives the impression of fuller, healthier hair, which is something many women start looking for as their strands become finer with age. This type of shortcut is also incredibly easy to style. You do not need a lot of product, and you do not need to fight against the natural flow of your hair. It works well with fine hair, thick hair, wavy hair, and even hair that has become more coarse after transitioning to grey. But if you want something with a bit more versatility and more framing around the face, the next option offers a gentle lift with added structure. A jaw length or chin skimming bob has a way of opening up the face in a very flattering and almost refreshing way, especially for women over 50. As we move through our 50s and beyond, it is completely normal for the lower part of the face to lose a bit of firmness. When the hair around the jaw sits too long or too heavy, it can unintentionally draw the whole face downward. A lifting bob works beautifully because it directs the eye back upward and brings the focus toward the cheekbones and eyes, where so much natural beauty still shines. The secret to this youthful look is avoiding a blunt and heavy bottom line. That type of edge can make the entire style look weighed down, which can emphasize softness in the jaw or neck. Softer layering or a gentle A-line silhouette works far better because it naturally guides the eye upward. Even a slight difference in length from the back to the front makes a noticeable change. The shorter back creates a sense of built-in lift, while the longer front pieces skim the face in the most flattering way. The whole shape feels lighter, more modern, and far more youthful. This cut is especially kind to women who have started noticing a little sagging around the jaw or neck. The shape naturally follows the contours of the face without clinging to areas you may feel more self-conscious about. It smooths the outline and gives a clean, lifted appearance without needing complicated styling. Many women love how put together it looks even on days when all they do is blow dry for a few minutes or let it air dry. If you prefer a look with a bit more height at the top and even more movement throughout, the next option builds that effect almost effortlessly. Strategic crown layers are one of the fastest and most reliable ways to look younger, especially for women over 50 who feel like their hair has lost some of its natural lift. As we move into our 50s and beyond, it is common for the hair at the top of the head to settle flatter. Even if you have always had volume, hormonal changes, thinning, and texture shifts can make the crown look deflated. When that happens, the entire face can appear longer, tired, or heavier than it really is. That is where crown-boosting layers make an incredible difference. By adding soft, well-placed layers right at the crown, you create gentle height that instantly refreshes your overall look. It gives the illusion of better posture and a more open, awake expression. Many women say that even on low-energy days, the extra lift at the top makes them look more rested and polished. The best part is that you do not need a dramatic haircut. Even subtle layering can completely change how the hair falls and how the face is framed. These small, precise layers help break up the hair so it no longer clumps together or hangs straight down. The lift at the roots shifts the attention upward. This is especially helpful for anyone who feels more aware of the jawline or neck area as the years go by. Instead of drawing the eye downward, the added height brings focus back to the eyes, cheeks, and upper face. For many mature women, this alone gives an instant youthful effect. If you prefer to keep a bit more length while still getting a youthful, modern shape, the next option is a perfect blend of softness and structure. A shoulder-grazing lob is one of the most versatile and flattering medium cuts for women over 50. It gives you the softness and femininity of longer hair while still maintaining enough structure to keep the overall look fresh and lifted. Many women notice that longer hair, especially when it sits heavily on the shoulders, can make the face appear tired or pulled downward. The lob solves this naturally because the length falls just where it creates balance, allowing the face to look lighter and more open. The real magic of a youthful lob happens at the end. When the tips are slightly textured instead of bluntly cut, the hair moves freely and naturally. This prevents the shoulders and neckline from feeling crowded or heavy, which is especially helpful as hair loses some of its natural volume over time. Textured ends also break up any weight, giving the entire style a soft, effortless flow. It looks modern and polished without the need for complicated styling or overthinking your routine. Adding a soft face frame around the cheekbones enhances the youthful effect even more. These gentle layers blend beautifully with natural grey or silver tones and subtly lift the features. They highlight your bone structure and soften areas that might feel more angular or tired. The framing pieces make styling easier because the hair naturally falls into a flattering shape around the face, even on busy mornings when you do not have time for much effort. The lob is also extremely versatile when it comes to texture. It works equally well with straight hair, loose waves, or soft curls, making it adaptable to different lifestyles and personal preferences. The length is long enough to pull back when necessary for appointments, events, or workouts, but short enough to stay light, manageable, and easy to maintain. Since movement and softness make such a big difference in looking younger, the next section focuses on the texture that truly brings a haircut to life. Texture is one of the fastest and most effective ways to create a younger, more refreshed appearance, especially for women over 50. As we age, hair naturally loses some of its natural bounce, thickness, and volume, which can cause it to sit flatter against the head. That flatness can make the face appear heavier or more tired, even when you feel bright and energetic. Adding texture brings life back to the hair. Soft waves, airy ends, and gentle bends prevent short and medium cuts from looking stiff, flat, or overly controlled. When hair moves naturally, it frames the face in a way that lifts the features, making the eyes, cheeks, and jawline appear fresher and more awake. The beauty of texture is that it works with almost every type of haircut. A short pixie with a little lift at the crown can look playful, modern, and sophisticated all at once. A bob with loose, rounded movement feels lighter, softer, and polished without being fussy. A medium lob with subtle waves gives a relaxed but youthful flow that fits effortlessly into everyday life. You do not need to curl every strand or spend a lot of time styling. Even a few bends through the mid-lengths can make a noticeable difference, giving the hair more personality and life without extra effort. A quick round brush blowout is another simple and effective way to create volume and movement. It adds a natural curve that frames the face in the most flattering way. A small amount of texturizing cream or lightweight mousse can also help layers stand out and prevent hair from falling flat. The goal is to look polished but still soft. Now, there is one more styling principle that I want to share with all of you. This is something that can completely transform how any cut looks on you. The cut lays the foundation for a great hairstyle, but how you style it determines whether it looks fresh, lively and youthful, or stiff and dated. For women over 50, the way the hair sits can make an even bigger difference than the actual length. Volume at the crown is one of the most important elements. Even a small lift at the top of the head gives the face a brighter, more open appearance. It naturally redirects attention upward, away from areas that may have begun to soften or descend with age, bringing the focus back to the eyes and cheekbones, where the face looks most vibrant. Softness around the face is equally important. When the front sections of hair fall gently and smoothly, the overall look is lighter and more flattering. Straight, harsh lines tend to highlight changes in skin texture or firmness, which can age the face prematurely. A little curve, bend, or movement around the face instantly balances features, softens edges, and adds a sense of energy. Pin-straight ends can pull the hair downward, making the entire style feel heavy or dated, so softening them with movement is key to a youthful appearance. A few products can go a long way in helping the hair look polished but natural. Root lift sprays are excellent for fine or thinning hair because they create instant height without weighing strands down. Lightweight mousse or texturizing creams can help hold volume while still allowing natural texture to shine through. For those who prefer not to use heat, heatless waves are an easy, effective option. Even an overnight bend can give hair a soft, natural wave that lasts throughout the day. These small steps provide a lifted, healthy effect that looks effortless and elegant. Hair that moves naturally frames the face better than any rigid style. Movement adds a sense of vitality and makes the hair look healthier, shinier, and more youthful, even if texture has changed over the years. When the styling supports the haircut, every element works together. You end up with a hairstyle that feels modern, flattering, and easy to maintain on a daily basis, giving the impression of energy and confidence without requiring hours in front of the mirror. Which of these cuts or styling tricks are you most excited to try first? Share your thoughts in the comments because I would love to hear what works for you. And if you found this video helpful, you are going to love this next one.